Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the Nexus Gaming Series Playoffs. My name is Bahamut. We find ourselves here on Infernal Shrines with the members of Bancho on the left-hand side, our number 3 seed, and Team Tiny on the right, our number 7 seed for our Division C East playoffs. But I know you're sitting at home working on some wonderful animations, or just eating pizza, wings, and beer, but I know you want to know how we got to Infernal Shrines. Home team this evening is going to be the members of Bancho. They are given first pick or map pick priority as the home team in our playoff format. They opted for first pick priority for game number 1, banning out Tomb of Spider Queen and Towers of Doom. They just really don't like those maps of Sir T. The members of Team Tiny are going to ban out Sky Temple and Alterac Pass and have chosen to take us to Infernal Shrines for game number 1. Let's go ahead and get back into our draft and see what we have here thus far for our game. As I think my lighting's a little light, so let's go ahead and just, there we go. That's some lighting that we can't really see through, but it makes the green screen look a lot better. Anyways, oh god, is that bright? I'm not used to that. I'm so used to it just being nice and kind of just like, it's very, very, very calm. But anyways, we are here. Infernal Shrines, we have a Tassadar Rainer band on the left-hand side. We have a Medivh and Zool band down on the right. So don't want to deal with any sort of portaling shenanigans into the back line. They don't want to deal with any sort of just wave clear potential from Zool. But this is going to be a Sony on the left-hand side. We will be having a Rhaegar Joanna on the right. And I just want to check one thing really quickly, because I think my sound, yes, it's just a little low for my speakers on this. But a Rhaegar Joanna is not bad whatsoever. Strong heroes in their own right. Bloodlust has been a big factor for a lot of teams coming into like any game at this point. Like, Bloodlust is just insanely strong. Sorry, I'm trying to see if I can turn down my lights just a touch, because they are a little bright in my eyes. 70% is, I don't think, necessary. Let's take this down to, like, we'll do like 56 on you, and we'll do like 46 on you. That way I'm not blinding myself. There we go. It's a little bit better. Things look a little bit clearer on my end, because I'm not just constantly just like beaming light in my eyes. Anyways, so we have the Diablo band on the right hand side. They don't want to deal with the initiation from them, and it makes a lot of sense. Jaina's burst on top of a Diablo is not something I want to deal with. Decker Kane has a lot of good setup as well. Sonya is just strong in the wave clear on her own. Third band going to be coming out from the members of Bancho will be a gray main, so just don't want to deal with any sort of Bloodlust gray main. They're just getting rid of things they don't want to deal with in a Bloodlust format now that they know that Rhaegar is going to be there. But things like Cassia are still up and available, and I know she's been pretty popular as of late within a lot of teams. Bloodlust style, I think she'd work out really well, but I wonder if they've done their research and they say, you know what, they don't have a Cassia player, so we don't have to worry about that being drafted. They're actually going to they're going to grab the Cassia, but that will be a Kael'thas grabbed as well. Good wave clear, good shrine clear, good spread of the enemy team as well with that living bomb. Being able to force back people with the living bomb is just such an important tool to be able to kind of just shut down the enemy team consistently. Jeslyn, thank you for the follow right there. I appreciate it. Glad you're enjoying the content. As ETC will be grabbed. Jaina, ETC, great synergy. Decker Kane is some setup, or vice versa. They've all can kind of synergize together with a little bit of a heroic setup where it's stay a while ring, or mosh pit stay a while ring, or just ring stay a while mosh. Like, there's so many options. And Lunara will round things out to give them a little extra damage on the side of Bancho. I don't hate that whatsoever. The Lunara damage is really powerful. I think she's a massively underrated hero, so I'm excited to see how that works out for them. The Rhaegar, I don't think, will struggle too much with the poison damage. Maybe in the later half of the game, but the early game, I don't think it's something they need to worry about. Mostly, I think it's going to be the Jaina burst and the ETC setup they have to worry about specifically, and Kael'thas might be able to, slow things down as well as the Joanna. But solo lane into the Sonya, what do they want? Do they want Leoric? Because that would actually work out pretty well. No, they probably want something that benefits from the Bloodlust, and Imperius, the stabby daddy, if you will, is going to be very, very impactful within this draft. I like this quite a bit. I was thinking the Leoric, because the Entomb is just going to be able to set them up for a lot of good damage with the Kael'thas Cassia, but Imperius still just a really great hero overall. Gorilla Dude, thank you for the 4 months. Thank you for using your Twitch Prime here. Very much appreciate that. Every time I see HOTS, I think it's thoughts. Me too. That's why I still cast this game, Simon. May is allowed? No, May is not allowed. The unfortunate thing right now is that in NGS, she came out at such an inopportune time where NGS said, you know what, we're going to ban her out for the rest of the season. We'll see her in Season 10 of NGS. But don't forget, NGS has things like the Nexus Combine series that comes out, which is one of my favorite series that NGS puts on because it's fun. It's 5-6 hours of just nonstop Heroes of the Storm action. And it's all in good fun and good taste because it's a way for people to get picked up by teams. Yes, if you're sitting in chat and you're like, man, I want to get picked up by a team, or man, I really want to find a new DPS player. Mine is Bahamut and they suck. A really good way to find a new player or join a team is the Nexus Combine series, which does take place a little bit before the season starts, but there'll be enough information about that. Let's go ahead and get into game number 1. On the left-hand side, we got the members of Ban Cho. We'll see Bluestein on the Deckard Cain. Ronan is going to be on the Sonya. Kunal is going to be on that Lunara. Susui, I think, is going to be on the Jaina, and Skev will be on that ETC. On the right-hand side, we got the members of Team Tiny. We've got Mr. Downchild on that Imperius. We've got Montagai on the Joanna. Array is going to be on the Rhaegar. Jethan, I think, is going to be on the Kel'Thas. And we have Dirt on the Cassia. Durit, I think, is actually what it is, but we do have the snow active right now, so it will be accumulating on these players. Unfortunately, there's no way for us to turn the symbol off, so Blizz developers, please help, please. Blizz, help, please. Like, here's the thing, Blizzard. I can turn almost everything off of my UI. I think it's what, Control Shift W. Yeah, like I can turn off my UI. Actually, I can turn it off, but it means that we don't get to see talents or map anymore. So there you go. Make this not Control W, please, please, please. There's so many like little things like here we have Control Shift K, I believe, which gives you the like just make it one button combination. Or you know what? Patch 0.69 from Aliobs is what's going to take care of that, and they're going to patch in a new thing where it's like Control Shift Tab or something, and it gets rid of that icon. Anyways, let's get into the game here. My complaints aside, it's pronounced like dirt. Okay. Jethan is pronouncing Jeth. Okay, so I'm just going to go with Jeth and Dirt. Thank you so much for the clarification. I appreciate that, Nyquil. How did Cassia get through so late in the draft is the real question. I'm not sure. Banger, how you doing? If you want to know the MMR range for these players, !NGS MMR. Those 6-7 characters total will give you a good breakdown of what each division has for their MMR ranges. And I believe it is actually broken into like gold, plat, all that kind of stuff. It's not just a raw number anymore. Okay, so our first objective will be Frozen Punisher going to be in the mid lane. We do have 2 camps that are already crashing in right there. Bottom lane is going to be a bit of a back and forth, but no one really going down just yet or really anywhere. There's a slight experience advantage in favor for the members of Team Tiny, but for the members of Ban Cho, but looks like it's pretty much mitigated with some of the wave clear as Ronan gonna get caught out here. A lot of chase onto the Sonya, and they do find first blood on the side of Team Tiny. I'm telling you, if we get an upset from Team Tiny twice in a row, whew, seeding means nothing. I feel like I've said this in previous seasonal playoffs where like seeding means nothing, because there's been like honest to God, I feel like it was like a 7th or 8th seeded team like made it to the grand finals or something like that, or was like near the semis. It was something crazy. Jones, how you doing, friend? Nyquil out here at the insider info. Oh. All right, Sonya gonna grab the camp on the left-hand side. We do have our Frozen Punisher in mid lane soon. Lunara gonna be chasing onto Montagai, but I think they should be able to get back behind their front gate. Yeah, they'll be fine right there. They have a little bit of damage on them. Rhaegar might get some healer. They could just tap well. Not sure if they have that up and available. They do. So either way, first objective going to be in the mid position. Ruby will be grabbed at level 4 for the Deckard Cain. Very, very balanced talent because it's basically the same duration as your Haraja Cube for cooldown, and you get a crap load of potions that are basically like 90% of what you normally throw out from your Q. Power slide from ETC onto Montagai. They're going to try and step in with a Condemn as well. That'll be a Celestial Charge from Mr. Downchild trying to get into that backline. A little bit of damage here and there, but no one going down just yet. Let's pull away the talent so we can see a little bit more of the fight as Deckard Cain is throwing down a scroll a ceiling there, and they actually do lose the Jaina on the side of Ban Cho. That's going to be another kill on the side of Team Tiny as they go ahead and continue to work on this shrine. That will be first Punisher in their favor on the side of Team Tiny. Frozen Punisher locking down the towers, but Montagai going to get picked off right there by Quinn. Alabot, thank you for coming by. Now they're Canadian? Oh, okay. How's she going there, bud? Emerald value, excuse me, Ruby value right there, but no one able to really step out into that front gate, so that's going to be just Blue throwing a little potion back towards ETC, as this is going to be still Punisher moving in. They get the front gate, but I think this is as much as they step in for. Meanwhile, in top lane, Imperius was clearing out the camp that was grabbed earlier, but it doesn't look like it got any sort of pressure into that lane. Bottom lane was getting pushed out by the Jaina, but they don't want to step too far out, so they're going to back off and just go behind their gate, or at least actually get in position for a camp. Maybe they're just checking right here. Just want to show the vision for our red team, or orange, however you want to look at it. We use colorblind mode because I think more people benefit from it than people really care about. I don't think people really care. Like, there's been one in almost the 6 months I've been using colorblind mode. I think I've had one complaint about it's orange, I hate it, and I'm like, okay, I get it, but more people benefit from being able to see the game and enjoying it, so I think that's worthwhile. Montagai gonna get chased out right there. Second kill for the members of Ban Show, gonna be equalizing those kills right there, and also maybe pulling themselves up in experience. Let's go ahead and look at the other numbers, as we haven't had a chance to look at the damage, experience, and healing thus far into game number 1 of our best of 3 playoff series. Jeff trying to back off towards their front gate. They've got a lot of damage out from Ronan, but they'll be able to throw a gravity lapse and kind of slow that down right there, as bottom lane does have some decent pressure coming on through. I just want to skim through some of these numbers. Siege damage. Whew. So the experience deficit, it's not that big. It's 1,000 and some change. Heroic kills are obviously yielding a little bit of an advantage. Mercenaries with a little extra as well. So it's just a lot of these, they're winning in a lot of fields by just a little bit, even though it was 2-2 in kills, and we do have, different timings of the kills, because obviously a 1 minute kill is going to be different than an 8 minute kill in the game, or excuse me, I guess 4 minutes, however you want to look at it. We're not even 8 minutes in the game, but Mortar Punisher will be bottom lane next, and then is going to be Deckard Cain clearing out the mid lane as quickly as they possibly can. Sonya was trying to push up top lane, and members of Team Tiny, I wouldn't say are getting pushed back, but they're starting to turtle up a little bit here in this game, and it looks like they're just maybe turtling for that 10, and then they're going to play aggressive. I'm not too sure. For anyone who doesn't know, turtling is basically when you stay near your structures that are still up and active, so that way if the enemy team does try to dive you, can back off, and usually the structure damage will be enough to force them back. Our previous Nexus anomalies had the front gates reducing the armor by 5 up to -20, and towers and forts reducing your armor by 10 up to -30, I think it was changed or something like that. But either way, the live patch has it that the front gate, these 2 towers, only they don't target heroes. You can dive under the towers, blah blah blah. The only thing that redirects the attention onto heroes is forts and keeps, and those will redirect their aggression to enemy heroes who are underneath it, and also attack an enemy hero. So if there's a mini wave and you're just hitting the structure, you're not going to trigger it to attack you. But if you hit an enemy hero, then it will trigger, and it will reduce your armor by 10 up to -20, and that is how the forts and the keeps work. So the whole premise is that you're turtling, so you're staying back. You have your head in the shell, and you're waiting for the enemy team to step into you, so you can use the tower structure, or the structure damage and armor reduction to kind of have that extra advantage in the team fight. Here, we do have 11 to 11 in levels. We do have our heroics across the board. Pretty much what we'd expect from all these teams. No leap from Sonya. That's kind of an outlier for me. I mean, definitely think it's possible. Lunar actually gets caught out in bottom lane. I didn't think that they'd make the rotation quick enough, but she wasn't able to get out of there in time, and that's going to be a nice stagger death in favor of Team Tiny just before this second objective phase of the game. Sorry, I'm trying to check on chat really quickly, and I didn't see. Either way, Jaina finishes out her Fingers of Frost at level 1 really quickly. Mr. Downchild in top lane getting pushed in quite a bit, but they're utilizing a lot of resources in top lane just to get this front gate. Jeff is going to be coming up here as well. No gravity lapse. Going to be sitting at 19 out of the 20 stacks on the Mana Addict for them, so they have that Arcane Barrier, but still, that is an uncapped quest unlike Jaina's level 1, where the Kael'thas can continually pick up the regeneration globes, increasing their mana by 15, I believe it is? Yeah. But that maximum mana is used as an Arcane Barrier, so once you get to like 30 or so stacks, you're nearing 1,000, I think. Actually, they might be nearing 1,000 right now. Let's just quickly look. Yeah, 895 currently, and obviously that scales with the levels. It also scales with, well, no, it just scales with the levels naturally, but you also have the regeneration globes you're grabbing, so you can increase it that way as well. So it's just so much and so valuable. Blessed Shield is going to be ripped. That's going to be Phoenix from the Kael'thas as well, but Ronan is able to spin to win and get out of there. 13's up on both sides. Next Punisher will be, I think we just had bottom lane, right? So it could be mid or top. The expectation is probably top, but ooh, actually it's going to be mid lane. Okay. Or wait, did the first one? Yeah, the first one was mid lane. So we haven't had a Punisher in top lane just yet. Going to go ahead and just clear out this camp as they go ahead and rotate and grab this camp in bottom lane. Looking at the game and looking at the compositions as we kind of near this like 10-minute mark in the game, and we're 13s up on both sides, I really don't know who I give it over to. I think the CC and the control coming out from from Team Tiny is very, very strong here, but the aggression that they can really bring to the table with the ETC power slide and the Sonya with the spear and Jaina with her burst levels and Lunara with leaping strikes, I think you can have a lot of damage here, but you can just see like the CC, like you have Montague is able to kind of step in. Jeff has at least the gravity laps to slow things down. You have the slowing totem from the Rhaegar as well, and you just have the overall control of Joanna in these fights. As leaping strike comes out, that's going to be a gravity lapse, not going to be connecting. There's a bloodlust out from the Rhaegar, and this is just looking like they're saying we just want to disengage. We don't want to be near this. Face melt from the ETC forces them back, and that will be the Wrath of Berserker ending as well as the bloodlust. Montague taking a lot of damage here. I don't know if they actually make it out alive. And there's a cleanse from the Rhaegar, but yeah, there's actually Wrath of Berserker was popped right then. I missed that. I thought the Wrath of Berserker was popped when the Bloodlust was popped, but either way, no. I thought they like pop Wrath and then they just ran away. I'm confusing my character screams and noises. I'm just looking with anyone without a quest and talent. So let's take a peek at some of these quest and talents themselves. ETC and Jaina finished up their level 1. Kael'thas has already finished up the level 1 as well, but we noted it's going to be, you can overstack that quest. So quickly looking at the Kael'thas, 1,005 stacks, or excuse me, 1,005 on that mana pool, which means they have 1,000 arcane barrier shielding. Subdue has been finished out as well. Yes, Lazy Hydra, absolutely. Got Subdue for his death, totally worth. You know what's really funny is I actually said that, I was playing with the Ghillie Sharks one day and I said that and they were like, yeah, that's kind of worth. I don't know if it was with Ghillie Sharks or if maybe it was just someone in chat. I can't remember, but I remember being like, I remember playing Joanna and being like, I'm going to die for Subdue, and they were like, that's worth. And to me, absolutely, like Subdue base value is good. You know, you get the 80% slow as long as you hit 2 heroes, but single target chases now have just become so much more terrifying on the side of Bancho because you have this 80% slow on what, like an 8 to 10 second cooldown. It's not very long of a cooldown for that punish. But there's no 16 talent here. This is the one thing I want to point out right now. It's 16 to 15. Camp in top lane is pushing in favor for the members of Team Tiny. We do have the objective going over in favor of Bancho. Bless Shield Rip not going to be connecting right there. That's going to be ETC. Mosh Pit still up and available, but they're shredded before they're even able to use it. There's going to be Stale Wild Listen as well. Doesn't really set them up for too much as the Ring of Frost does connect onto the Imperious. Ronan just trying to spin to win. Angelic Armament's going to be going on to Susui maybe, and that's going to be Jaina going down as well as Lunara and ETC. A 3 for none in favor for the side of Team Tiny as they continue to work through this shrine. They do have the camp still pushing in top lane, so Imperious is like, cool, this is going to be free real estate. Let's go ahead and grab this, but Ronan says, no, I got a little bit of a, I disagree with you on that notion, and well, here's the thing. 1v1ing into Imperious right now, that's a rough go. Like, Imperious is a very, 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 very hard hero to deal with at this point, especially if you know how to build them and play them as well, so. Cassia OP feels bad. Yeah. Done too strong, yeah. So we do have 16s up. I will point this out. I was saying that they might not win that because they were down the talent here. Bless Shield gonna rip, actually bounces off the structure, does get Skev, but they don't really find anything else on top of that. Jeth is gonna be trying to step and grab those regeneration globes. They have 35 stacks on that level 1 questing talent. Just want to point this out, 1,185 on that mana pool. That's big for them as they actually get the front gate of mid lane, but they're gonna back off once again. Shield Glare, Jeth is gonna be the target. They're gonna get a little bit of a heal as well. I don't know if Cleanse is off cooldown, but Bloodlust is a couple seconds off if they want to try and turn that fight. Imperious, though, getting full mana in the Hall of Storms. Rob with the Mega Treat for Bandit. We will get that after this game. Please, chat. If I forget, remind me. Rob, thank you so much for the Mega Treat. Holy crap, I can't believe it. It always blows my mind because, like, getting 40,000 points in a stream is not easy. So I can't believe that people come by and they watch the stream to the point where they have 40,000 points. Like, I have like 140,000 points in my, oh, that's a mosh onto 2. Actually, the subdue, not the subdue, but the condemn actually stopping it. Bloodlust comes out. There was a stale while listen, but it's on a 10-second cooldown, as that will be Lunar going down. Ball Lightning, I think, getting that value. Blue is going to be slowed by the subdue from the Joanna, and you see that, or actually punished realistically, as the Cassia doesn't chase out that fight any further. They step into Bloon as they want to get that fend value, and they find another kill. The members of Team Tiny are on a roll right now as they find themselves roughly a level ahead, but they also see themselves with a little bit of a structure advantage as well, as they're going to try and push in through top lane. Mortar Punisher next up there. They could actually push with 4 in bottom. Sonya showing in mid. ETC will show in top lane in a second, so they know that it's going to be a bit of a split, so they know that they have this fight, this fort easily. But Imperius getting a little weary of the fact that Sonya was missing for a second and ETC being up here, didn't want to get CC'd. I mean, it is you know, a tank and a bruiser, but Sonya and ETC do have enough CC and control, and I believe damage, that they could actually get that kill on Imperius as far up as they were. But now, Sonya might be that target. Trying to find Sonya's vision really quickly. So we know that there are people coming up. Nice sidestep of the Celestial Charge. They're just trying to block Sonya from getting out of here. They're going to try and Hearth up here in this corner. They're going to pop Wrath of Berserker, trying to stay alive. That's going to be a slow from the Rhaegar, but it's 5v1. Sorry, Sonya, you don't win that one, and that will be another kill in favor for the members of Team Tiny, as it's 3-9 in kills, 20 talent here, not too far off. Jaina soaking up the bottom lane to push that on as much as they can, as well as just keep the experience coming in so they don't fall too far behind. Speaking of, let's go ahead and cycle through the numbers and find out what we have for the damage, experience, and healing in this later half of our game. I said it, like, the damage and the blow-up potential from the side of Bancho is strong, but the control from Team Tiny is just a little too much at this point, and they're just not able to really get into this enemy team consistently. Like, they found a couple kills here and there, but they're just not able to get into the backline. They're just, Imperius and Joanna are constantly just controlling the fight, as the control comp typically does. Can they win fights after 20 Bloodlust, though? Oh, I don't know. I don't think Bloodlust can win team fights before 20. They need to pick the... we'll see. The Argle Bargle is strong. Like, let's respect the Argle Bargle. It is 20 talent here. We probably have Gladiator's War Shout. They know that they're being seen by that, right? Like, there's like that little red circle over their head. They have to realize that that was like I don't know. Anyways. 20's up on both sides in just a second. We'll look at some of these last little numbers, and then we'll go back and check out our talents. And this, you can see right now, they're waiting for that 20 to just trickle in. They need a sliver of experience, but every second matters, as it is going to be Warriors. Oh my God, Gladiator's War Shout for that Rhaegar doesn't. Oh, Death Mosh for the ETC. Respect the Elderly for that Deckard Cain, and we just have increased damage, or I can't remember off the top of my head, intensifying toxin for the Lunar at level 20, but it's 20's up. They back off for a couple seconds. They're going to regroup, tap well, get ready, and rejoin this fight, as they do only need 13 more skeletal defenders on the side of Team Tiny. Bancho working their way through, needs another 28 or so. Argle Bargle comes out. That's going to be that Bloodlust Celestial Charge. Misses Stay Wild and Listen is going to connect onto everybody. That's going to be, oh my God, the Mosh Pit comes out. The Ring of Frost, the blow up is going to be there as they find a double kill, a triple kill. Can they make it a quad? Ball Lightning goes out, but it's not infinite. That Dirt is able to get at least one counter kill, so that's going to be 1 for 3, but that should be Shrine and Punisher in favor for the members of Bancho. A massive stale while into a ring, into a mosh pit, so well played from Bancho, and they're able to find themselves a late game Punisher. Members of Team Tiny are trying to be proactive with a couple members down. They're going to say, at least let's get this camp. This is a little risky because they can invade us, but at least they know. I think they could have actually seen them on the objective, clearing that out. I'm not 100% sure, but either Montaguy and Friend do get that camp, and they're like, you know what? Our fort is forfeit. Let's just, yeah, I was going to say, this fort is forfeit. They're going to back off and defend behind the gate. 20 seconds on Rhaegar, as well as the Imperius. Kael'thas a little faster than that. That is a big mental loss as well. Like, having your momentum shut down that hard is rough. Clip it and send it to Nexus. The Nexus Edge, the podcast that comes out, I believe, once a week? I'm not 100% on that. But yeah, clip it. Send that to Nexus Edge. They should 100% highlight that. Holy crap. That mosh, like, I'm still reeling from that mosh pit. If someone can clip it and send it in chat, it would be very much appreciated, because I want to look at that after this game if we have a chance. Stay a while at 20 is so busted. Bloodlust at 20 is not necessary. But it's increased duration and range. Hold on, hold on. Are you telling me that this range, look at this range. We are on the max zoom out as an observer. You're telling me this range is not worthwhile? Camp is going to be invaded on by the members of Team Tiny. Montagai not actually channeling. They're a little too far off to the side. Okay, they get that either way. Top lane does have a catapult coming through, slapping for 354s. They're going to grab a camp for bottom lane. What's the vision look like for our blue team? Do we have any idea? No, I don't think we have much idea of what's happening. But mid lane is going to be the next Punisher. This is going to be a fort still in favor for the members of Team Tiny. Ban Show, though, if they can find another massive stay a while and mosh combo like that, this could be top lane keep going down. They rush through and take game. We'll have to see what happens here. If I remember correct, yeah, you do get vision, I think, on this map from objective. We can double check that here in a second when the next objective's up. But I do believe, like, because there's some maps give you vision on objective and some maps don't. It really, oh, Blessed Shield, a lot being used right there. Celestial Charge, a lot going in onto the Sonya. Bloodlust coming out. There's a Ring of Frost onto 2. Mosh Pit, nope. That's going to be a stay a while from the Decker Cane onto 1. There's going to be the, is that Cold Snap in the center? It is, actually. So they do go for that upgrade on the Ring of Frost, but they do find the Decker Cane, the lower half. Do they actually rush it through mid and take the keep? Because, honest to God, if they can at least get keep, that's huge for them. I don't know if they go for core. It's Lunara, Jaina, and ETC defending. No healer for 53. No Sonya for 40. That's possible they could end, and it looks like Team Tiny wants to take that chance right here as they're going to throw a zoning flame strike from Kael'thas. A lot of damage onto this Imperious. Leaping strikes. The burst is coming out from Jaina. That is going to be Imperious shredded right there, and Jeff is going to pop the Arcane Barrier. ETC trying to stop them as they throw a little bit of damage. They actually could try and turn onto Quinn, and I think they realize that as well, so they're just going to back off, and that's going to be a 1 for 2 overall because the Imperious died a little bit late, but we still have those 2 initial kills. They get the keep, and they're going to back off. Top lane catapult hitting for 400. Bottom lane, what are we hitting? Same. Wasn't sure if it was actually an older catapult or something like that. Ooh. A very, honest to God, like for our playoffs, I love this. This is a very, very good game, number 1. Good back and forth, good control, good fighting. Very, very well played. I'm just waiting to see what we get here for our engagement. Also skimming talents. Okay. Let's actually pull away the talents really quickly. Imperious is down. They know this, so they want to try and take a fight. Mosh, but you could just do 1 mosh. I guess Kael'thas did have an interrupt, but it was just one of those things where I was like, yeah, solo dance, maybe? All right, we'll pull back the talents if anyone's wondering. Top lane should be cleared out, or no, they got catapults up here. Ooh. Yeah, they're kind of in a tight spot here. They have to make a choice, and it looks like the choice is going to be to go in and fight. If anyone's wondering, yeah, you do get vision on the objective. You can actually see it right here. Because this is the vision for the blue team. Bloodlust is going to be coming out from the Rhaegar Steel, one listen from the Decker Cane as well. Ball Lightning is going to jump from player to player. That will be the Decker Cane going down. Ring of Frost. ETC drops the Mosh, and they find the counter kill onto the Kael'thas. They also get the Cassie as well. Ronan so very low. Snow coming out, but there was a cold snap from the Jaina, able to lock them down for a couple extra seconds. Power Slide from the ETC gets them out, and this is still a fight that was in favor for the members of Ban Show. I want to look really quickly. Decker Cane is going to be, oh no, we've talked about this, is going to be the respect the elderly, so these potions will not auto-revive, but the top lane keep went down, and this is going to be a wave that they had. Basically, this is the call that I was talking about. They either take that fight and they potentially lose their top lane keep, and this comes through, or they take the fight and they win, and they can send someone back to go deal with this. Unfortunately, it was the former, I believe, so that is going to be top lane keep down. They do clear out the camp. They lost 2. They lost the Punisher. Late game for Ban Show really starting to come out. Ta, thank you so much. Bless you. Thanks for coming by. I try my best for the community. Sonya going to be grabbing the camp for mid lane for some extra pressure during the objective phase. Looks like they're going to leave it at 39, let the Decker Cane get back and to join the friendly team. This does give time for the members of Team Tiny to get everyone back and in position as well, but I think this is definitely a weight or a hold that still benefits the members of Bancho very well. This late game Punisher going to be hitting pretty hard. 230 in auto. Jump over. Nice use of the Iron Skin from Joanna. Just going to bait this over to the front gate of the keep, but it doesn't decide to stay over there. It still backs off, and this is kind of an awkward spot because that would have allowed them to burn it down a little bit right there. Another Punisher jump should be coming out pretty soon, so they're going to have Montagai a little far forward. There's going to be the jump. They actually do. Ring of Frost comes out. They need to make sure they watch for that cold snap. That's the center snap right there, as you just saw. And they burn down this Punisher as it's on its way to the... on its way to the keep. It was just taking down the well, and the question is, do they lose their keep? Stay a while from the Decker Cane will be interrupted by the Condemn from the Joanna. Bloodlust comes out from the Rhaegar. Oh my god, Bluestein just is gonna get shredded right there. The keep is still available. There's so much floor juice on the side of Bancho, or at least set up right there. The camp is gonna get the keep, but they don't care. They got 2 kills. They're all still 5, and they want to run it through mid and take game. Sonya, she's trying to backdoor core. Dun dun. Dun 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 dun. This is how I really wanted to start our series here. We have a base race. Oh my god, Tatsuki, thank you so much for the raid. You beautiful woman. Thank you so much for bringing your friends over here. We have a core race for our game number 1 in our playoff series as Lunara gets picked off on the left-hand side. Core on the right is starting to fall. They've got catapults over here, but it's going to be too much as the members of Team Tiny will be able to take game number 1 in our best of 3 series. GG. Well played. Belfrag, how you doing? Tatsuki, thank you so much. Holy crap. Holy crap. You're also just in time. We have a big treat for Bandit as well. I think I spelled it right. Yes, I did. Tatsuki, Day, and Alex Dids and I will be playing Dead by Daylight this Saturday, by the way. GG's indeed. It's true, though, Balfrag. Whenever I can't think of, like, something to say, I usually just complimenting people. But it is the truth, and I do believe that. She's a very nice person. Alright, we've seen all this long enough. Let's get to the thing that you're all waiting for, itching for, dying for. The illustrious, the amazing, the delicious Bandit treat, the mega treat. Which means Bandit gets to clean his teeth. Oh, what is this? Who is this for? Is this for my good boy? My good, beautiful son? He's just like, shut up and give me one. Which one do you want, bud? Are you too nervous to grab it? Want one of these? Hello. How about one of these? He's so gentle! Iron Flare, thank you for gifting a sub to Sarah. Sarah, good to see you. We're just giving a treat to Bandit because, I'm trying to remember exactly. It was Rob Kajori, I think. Rob Kajori, thank you for the 40,000 for the Bandit treat. And once again, Iron Flare, thank you so much for the gifted sub. I appreciate that. I appreciate you and everyone. You beautiful, beautiful, awesome, amazing people. We still need. We're finding out the map, so we got a little bit of time here. Gift sub hype. I don't know if I have a gift sub hype. I have so many commands. Do we have a sub one? I thought Kaleo made one. Excuse me. I think we have a sub hype. No. What do we have? We have exclamation point rice. We have a resub hype. That's all we have. We have Probius. We have exclamation point pew. We have exclamation point overlay. Got a lot of them. We're just waiting for a map though. 100% less everyone in here pings. Absolutely. I've used I think I've used here or everyone once in my Discord server, and that was the day that I was actually casting on the Blizz Heroes channel, which I think if I'm on the Ding Dang Blizz Heroes channel, I think that's a fair use of everyone. Bandit is a big sweetie. I agree. He's such a good boy. He's the best boy. But yes, Saturday. We haven't nailed down the time exactly, but I think we're aiming for somewhere in the 2 to 3 slot, 2 to 3 PDT. And we're gonna play some Dead by Daylight with Alex Dids, Totski, Day, and myself. I want to point this out though. I have never played Dead by Daylight, so it's going to be very, very fun because it's just gonna be me screaming and scared, and I'm gonna have beers. So I'll have my scary juice, my scary puzzle juice. That's true, yeah. Send them just another little ping. Okay, cool. All right, they were discussing. Let's go ahead and... Totski, how was your rank stream though? Did you win all the Nexus points? Did you beat up all the noobs? I've played a tiny bit, but I'll be running around squealing same day. It's gonna be Alex Dids and Totski like actually doing stuff, and then we're gonna be the sacrificial like we're gonna be bait for the killer. That's what it is. Sounds like a fun time for you. I think it's gonna be a fun time for everybody. Time to snipe Baja as killer, understood? Go for it. Try me. Time for ban show to ban Cassia. Absolutely, Lazy Hydra. Absolutely. Something's just there we go. That's a little bit better. I don't know about all of you, but like for me, the microphone is like slightly off tilt in my like preview, so like I keep going to try and fix it because it's just bothering me. Okay, their team's coming in here. Cool. Time to snipe Butha as Butler. Butler. I like how he chews the dental treat a little bit, and then he like cleans his legs, and then he chews the dental treat and then cleans his legs. Hey, all right, while we're waiting for the players to get in here, I wanna poll you guys. Have you ever taken your dog in for teeth cleaning? Because I have it scheduled for Bandit on the 28th of July, and I am terrified. I don't think there would be anything negative or bad, but I'm still terrified because he is my literal world. My dog would straight up vacuum in that thing. The dental treats take him a little bit of time. There are some treats that he absolutely just inhales, but dental treats, he almost kind of takes his time with them. He kind of likes them. I still don't understand how Rhaegar doesn't get either first pick or first ban almost every game. Bloodlust is so strong. Soft, I don't know. I don't know either, dude. Or Dudette. Don't listen to NyQuil. Leg cleaning is important, yes. I don't know, like, it always terrifies me, but like, I don't think there will be any issues. Like, I really, really trust this. I swapped to a new vet and I trust this vet. Basically, the old vet I was going to, I didn't like the doctor there, and then I found out that there was another vet that I could see there, so I started requesting her, and he actually got like weirdly aggressive about it. Like, it was like I legit had an appointment with the female doctor, and I called and specifically asked for her because like the male doctor misdiagnosed Bandit for like 3 months with an ear infection, and she looked at it and she goes, that's staph infection. You can pay $100 for a culture, but I'm telling you it's staph infection. Here's what you do and you use. And I still got a culture because I was like, I just don't trust anyone. But she ended up, I called to set up an appointment with her one time, and she wasn't there at the old place. So I started going to this new place. Turns out she actually moved to the new place that I go to now because the doctor's better. So I trust the dude and everything. It makes me nervous because he's gonna get knocked out for a couple hours. And they do blood work and stuff like that. Like, they do testing, and there's like IV, and there's like all this like extra stuff I can get to make sure he has a comfortable time, and it's easy for him to be able to like push out the not toxins, but the stuff that knocks him out, because there's like a flush that you can also pay for that they basically put in his IV when he's done, and it kind of helps push out everything they use to kind of knock him out and numb. So I just get nervous. You bring them every winter, Iron Flare? Okay. My parents take their doggy for teeth cleaning. Yeah, it makes me nervous. It just makes me so nervous. All I said was emphasis on the Jeth, and you still say the N. It's my brain. Fight me. It's Jethen. I'm helpful. We're gonna go with Jeth, but I'll probably say it wrong anyways. One's bio. Okay. Bandit will do fine. Oh, I'm sure he will. It just like the idea of anything bad ever happening to him makes me like physically anxious. I've woken up in the middle of the night and my brain's just like, hey, what happens if like Bandit gets hurt? And like I just don't sleep the rest of the night. It just I don't know. Well, I do know, but still. All right, looks like teams are ready to go. Let's double check all of our settings. Those look good. Map is correct. All of that's good. Let's push a button. We're still gonna go with Jeth, yeah. Okay, all right, Dirt. I mean, Dirt's probably giving me the correct pronunciation, but you know me, I'm too potato. Let's get into draft though. Welcome back to the Nexus Gaming Series with your main caster Bahamut not knowing how to pronounce anyone's name properly. We find ourselves here on Battlefield of Eternity, but if you're sitting at home, still eating beer and drinking pizza, let's go ahead and find out how we got to Battlefield of Eternity. The home team this evening is going to be Bancho. They opted for first pick priority for game number 1. They banned out Tomb of the Spider Queen and Towers of Doom. Sky Temple and Alterac Pass were banned up by the members of Team Tiny. The first map was chosen by Team Tiny. It was Infernal Shrines. They won that map. The members of Bancho can either choose first pick or map pick. They chose first pick for game 2, giving map pick to the opposing side, who have chosen to take us to Battlefield of Eternity. Let's get back into the draft and find out what we have here. Tassadar Rhaegar banned out. Li Ming to be removed as well. And do we have any sort of Hanzo ban? Sorry, I'm going to do one thing really quickly. Hey, for anyone that wants to do casting, do this. That's the biggest tip I can give you. Make your cursor itty bitty. Medivh, actually. So they're still targeting this Medivh. They do not want to deal with that from them. It's Dirta? Okay, now someone said it's Dirt. Someone in chat said it's Dirt.
The crusade calls.
We were going with Dirt. Yeah. We were going with Butt. Wait, Team Tiny Boys, can we start trying to convince every caster who casts pronounced Jen's name wrong? Hey, you don't have to convince me to say names wrong, because I just do it naturally. Please tell me they aren't giving away Cassia again. I mean, anytime you're ready. You can 100% Cassia here, but I don't think with the Reyna or Jaina they're going to. Which means that the members of Bancho could 100% pick up the Cassia. Hanzo's a good option. Li Ming was removed. Greymane's actually still... Actually, I would say Greymane. Greymane's so strong here, I think. Cassia could be a viable option, but the thing I brought up earlier is they just might not have someone who plays Cassia. It's Dirt, but the D is silent and also the T. Softbert, why? Why would you do this to me? Call him Turd. Sorry, my fingers just randomly itchy. Yeah, Cassie is going to make it over to the left-hand side. Anduin grabbed as well. Okay. Let's see. They need a solo laner, and they need some extra damage, and they need some race. They're going to get rid of Thrall for the solo lane. I don't hate it. I think Greymane's strong. Well, not even solo lane. Thrall can be in the 4-man as well. But I think they're strong overall in team fights. That's going to be a Deckard Cain ban, as they already have a healer and they don't want to deal with that. I'm trying to think. Ana wouldn't be a bad idea. Lucio is actually great here. I actually love a Lucio here. Break it down for like a pause in the team fight, a little bit of control with the knockback. You have the push off as well for mobility and setup. Raynor can get value from that. I doubt they go into Ace in the Hole, but they always could with the Jaina already. And then they could grab something like Garrosh as well and walk the Garrosh and speed them up. Looks like it is going to be a Nubrak and Ana though. So it will be Ana for that Nana boost value. I can't disagree with that at all. I think this is still really strong. Anubrak dives in. Li Ming's already banned out, so Web Wrap can shut down the Cassia or the Joanna or the Anduin. So I love the idea of this Anubrak actually overall. It's going to work out for them pretty well. The only thing is they don't really have anything to dive out with Anubrak, so they need to be wary and cautious of how they use that burrow charge, whether it's an aggressive or a disengaged tool. Sonya to be grabbed once again, and there's going to be the Grey Mane as we were talking about beforehand. Okay. Epic mustache. Epic mustache. Thank you a lot, Bot. Thank you. We've actually been growing it out so we can do Dr. Eggman for Halloween. So it's a little wild right now. I have to keep matting it down because it's just so long. Wish I could grow like that. I mean, my beard's down to here. Like, no joke. My entirety of this beard is just all down here. Imperius is gonna be grabbed as the last pick. We'll do a full beard stream one day. We'll do like a pirate stream. I'll get like a pirate costume and we'll do like full beard. I promise. One of these days. Also, when I do Decker Kane cosplay, we still need to set a sub goal for that. I need to talk to some of my friends who do makeup and see if they'll do it for me, and then I'll set up a sub goal. Alrighty. Chat, what are your predictions? By the way, for anyone wondering, Bandit has finished the dental treat just now. He's just cleaning up because he's a good boy. The best vacuum cleaner I could have ever adopted. My favorite thing was when he was a puppy, he'd be afraid of, because I rescued him. He was abused. When I would drop something in the kitchen, he'd be in the living room. He would scatter from the living room into like another, like he'd scatter into my office or something like that. Because in my old house, because it was all on the same level. But what I tried to do to try and encourage him to stop being afraid of some of that is anytime I drop something, like I'd purposely drop food, like a little bit, like some rice or like a piece of chicken, and it would make noise and he'd scatter. But then I would invite him back in and be like, "What's on the floor?" And so he started stop being so afraid of loud noises because he was just like, do I get food? Not the best way, maybe, but it worked out for him. Let's get into game. On the left-hand side, we've got the members of Band Show down 1 in our series. They're going to be trying to find themselves a way into game number 3. Bluestein on the, not Imperious, I don't know why I want to say that, on the Anduin. Quinn is going to be on the Cassia. Skev is going to be on that Joanna. We've got Susui on the Greymane, and we have Ronan on that Sonya. In the top lane on the right-hand side for Team Tiny, who just want to close this out in a 2-0 and continue the upset, Mr. Downchild on the Imperious. Is gonna be on the Rainer. Monteguy's gonna be on the Anubrak. We have Array on the Ana, and Jethan is probably gonna be on the Jaina. Let's check out our level 1s. Make the boy brave, yeah. It's just little things. You gotta, you gotta find little ways to kind of make them feel comfortable. And that's the big thing with rescue animals is you have to make them, you have to make an environment that's comfortable for them to be able to grow and flourish rather than being scared and terrified their entire life. All right, let's get off the topic of my adorable cute puppy and let's get onto the topic of Heroes of the Storm. We are here on Battlefield of Eternity. We do have the the fog mechanic coming out, as you can see it right there, that little kind of grayish hue on the ground right there. Those clouds are going to be the foggy weather, allowing players to be stealth when they're in bush, and the effect lasts until they are hit, deal damage, or when the event ends. So it's about 40 seconds, I believe, for the... Is it? I don't actually know how long the foggy weather is. Is it 60 seconds? Does anyone know in chat? Just call him Team Tiny Player 3. Yeah, we got Player 2 and Player 3 over here. That won't get confusing to chat. Oh my god, look at this though. Mr. Downchild was like, all right, I'm gonna wait for them to get low and I'm gonna invade. And then Greymane was like, don't worry, I'll stop the invade. So that worked out for them pretty well. They do get the camp in top lane. Camp in bottom lane was traded out and grabbed. We do have our first objective popping up in about a minute. We should be seeing teams split off and grab this camp on the right-hand side fairly soon. You want to make sure that you grab it closer to like the 2-minute 45 mark, so that way it does get into lane a little bit later, so it causes this distraction to the enemy team. Because if you grab it immediately at the 1 minute or at the 2-minute mark, like I've seen some teams do, and you put it into lane, that means the enemy team is able to clear it before the objective even spawns on the map. And the whole reason we grab these camps is so that way you get potential free pressure in a lane by having the team being distracted by either the race on the Immortal or the team fight taking place over the Immortal. And so this is kind of the game plan that you often go for, is you can actually see a couple members on the right hand side going to be splitting off and grabbing this camp, and this is the announcement for the objective. So here's a good example. I personally I think this is a little too early, and you'll see exactly why I'm talking about that, because right now we still have 15 seconds till the Immortal gets on the map, and it's just in lane. Maybe this is actually still pretty good. I'm being like way too mid-maxing on this, but like getting into the lane later. So like this is a little bit closer to the example that I was kind of explaining. The Immortal spawns. You have Sonya still in top lane. They are still in bottom lane clearing this out. So you know it is a little bit of that factor. But here now Sonya has to make the decision: do I clear in top or do I go for the race? Imperia's actually taking their time. My entire point is just moot right now because it's not going the way I was trying to explain it. But either way, the Immortal is going to be raised down. It's going to be about halfway for both these teams, a little bit more so in favor, by about 2,000 for team Bancho, I believe. Yeah. Their race is going way faster, and they're realizing this, and they're like, well, we have to kind of maybe invade onto that, but I don't know how much they can slow this down. Greymane and friends are doing a lot of damage to this Immortal. Ray is throwing in some biotic grenades to reduce the healing and buff up their own, but the Immortal will go over to the side of Bancho, as well as the regeneration globes. My whole point on the shaman camps is grab them closer to when the Immortal spawns rather than when it is announced. That way you can put it into lane later and force the enemy team to stay in the lane and not go for the race. In this case, it didn't really work out the way I was explaining it, but still. Immortal will go over to the side of Bancho, and they will be able to siege in through this top lane. Imperius and Sonya will be in bottom lane, still battling it out and control over that lane, as well as keeping the experience both in favor of those teams, or both teams. No kills go out just yet, and is 6.5 up, but this Immortal phase is going to be yielding a little extra experience, so they do get that structure damage in favor of Bancho. Montagai is still anchoring. They're waiting for this enemy team to step into them. Condemn comes out from the Joanna. Iron Skin used as well. Burrow Charge goes out, but here's what I was talking about in the draft. They need to be wary of how far their Burrow charging out, because Ana and Raynor only have so much range, and Genth or player 3 can only throw out so much damage from their own range as well from that Jaina. So they have to be wary of the wave that's in the way, as well as some of, oh my god, it's just as well the wave, so that way they can get the lance as well as the cone of cold and just stuff like that. I give you my permission as a member of my team of Team Tiny to call my DPS player 2 and 3. The weather lasted 90 seconds. Thank you. I appreciate that. I wasn't sure. So basically, you can be invisible for 40 seconds of the 90. Well, no, you could be invisible for more. Just you have to min-max your bushes and stuff like that. You all follow what I mean here. Camped in top. Looking like they're going to try and invade onto that soon. I'm just watching the posturing from both these teams. Montagai is just in lane. Let's go ahead and cycle through some of the other numbers, get an idea of what those look like as Joanna steps out, but they just have a little bit of damage. Shield glare as well. Bottom lane, Sonya grabbing the camp, and Mr. Downchild looking like they just don't have enough mana to handle that, so they just get back off and give that over. The weather probably lasts 90 seconds, though. I saw on screen is stealth weather. Yeah. So there you go. Stealth lasts for 40 seconds or until attacking, using an ability, taking damage, or until the fog clears. Better not call the wrong one, player 2 or player 3. Gonna tell them which is which. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, let's focus in on the game. Sorry, I'm reading chat and I'm just... you guys are the best. You all the best. All right, 8 up on both sides. No kills on either side either. This is going to be the camp grabbed on the side of Bancho. Jake, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Merb, thank you for the follow earlier as well. I missed that. Really appreciate it, as we do have alerts turned off during casted games, so that way we can kind of... I say this as we can focus in on the games, but I sit here and read chat and talk to all of you half the time. Anyways, we have camp and top lane grabbed. Shaman camp was grabbed a little bit ago, I think. No, it just came back up. Okay, sorry. I was looking and I was like, wait, what's the timer on that? They are going to grab their camp on the left-hand side. This is going to be defensive posturing for both teams. We do have the fog out as well. 10 talent tier not available on either side. Wizened Duelist for the Greymane at level 7. We also have the Subdue for the Joanna at level 7. Jaina on the Fingers of Frost at 13 out of the 20 for that extra damage, and she also has her baseline quest at just about 2k, needing another, what, 13,000 on top of that. Yeah, a little bit of a ride for that one, or at least a little more work for that one. We're going to pull away talents, as we will be able to see the 10 talent tiers come across the board in just a second. Camps were grabbed for top and bottom lane. That's going to be throwing off some pressure, as you can actually see them going into top to clear that out. Bottom lane going to be the exact same thing. Meanwhile, though, Raynor itching to get over there. DPS player number 2 itching to try and get over there. DPS player number 3 going to be joining it as well. Okay, all right. What's our heroics? Valkyrie, ooh, leap from the Sonya. Web wrap, yeah, most of this is expected. Except for the leap in the Valkyrie. No, I'm all for the Valkyrie. I think for me it's 50-50 between Ball Lightning and Valkyrie. I think both of them have viability. Leap, I just personally like it over Wrath, but that's just me. I'm also a silver scrub, so take what you will from that. Valkyrie, ooh, Celestial Charge. They were trying to go in. Leap from the Sonya's a little short. That's going to be the dive in. Imperius uses the Angelic Armament. That's going to be a whole lot of damage onto Jane as they go down. Cassie gets traded out. Skev getting very low. Montagai is going to be trying to work their way out as the web wrap did go into blue, and Mr. Downchild now trying to back out, but Raynor had the pepper, and they get the kill onto the Joanna. That's going to be a 2-for-1 in favor of the members of Team Tiny, as Ban Cho is going to get dove on once again. Montagai so very low. Mr. Downchild very low as well. But grenade comes out, as well as Dirt is just having the sustained damage. Doesn't get the penetrating round kill. Sorry, Raynor's, I was gonna say Hyperion, but Raynor's Raider is gonna be chasing out, almost finding the kill. But Raynor now says, cool, I got Exterminator at level 1. I'm gonna go ahead and just burn through this Immortal as quickly as I can with my friendly team. But here's the thing to keep in mind. Death timers are low. We are only 8 minutes into this game. Most of the heroics are off cooldown. Curse Bullet already back up for that Greymane, able to chunk about 40% of the current health pool of anyone they hit. So it's not maximum. Keep that in mind. So Mr. Downchild would be 40% of what's available there. Same thing with DPS player number 3. DPS player number 2. Okay, all right, let's focus in. Valkyrie comes out. Actually, doesn't get the pull that they're looking for. That was a little awkward. I wonder if it was the side stones, like the structure of the terrain right there, if you will, was maybe blocking that. It just seems weird. It felt like I would have actually pulled both of them. No halfway point on this Immortal phase as well. You can see that kind of middle spike, the little pointy bit. That's gonna be that midpoint. So if they get it to that, that's going to mean that they have the swap over. That would be a leap from Sonya. They confirm the Raynor kill. Ring of Frost comes out from Jaina. There's a whole lot of counter burst here as they get the kill onto the Greymane. 1-for-1, kind of fuzzy Raynor for Space Raynor. Sure. DPS player number 3 is able to get a lot of damage out right there, and DPS player number 2 will be back in about 6 seconds. Welcome to Baker Street. Thank you for gifting a sub to Balfrag. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Baker. Thank you, thank you. The hitbox is enormous, and even if it scrapes the wall, it cancels the pull. That feels a little awkward. I felt like it should have honestly pulled them. Like, no, like, caster bias here. Like, this is just me as a Heroes of the Storm, like, observer. I think that should have pulled them. 100%. Like, that feels weird that it doesn't kind of pull around the terrain like that. But either way, Curse Bullet goes out. Bless Shield, Valkyrie are up. Raider's up as well. Leap is up. A lot of things are up and available. Let's pull away the talents once again. This has been a very long Immortal phase, actually. Celestial Charge onto 2. Burrow Charge from the Nubarak. Not enough burst coming out from them. Shield Glare from the Joanna. Blue Steen a little bit low. There's going to be the Light Bomb from the Anduin as well. Greymane dives in. Jane is the first one to go down in this engagement. We do see the Celestial Angelic Armament coming out. Chastise connects from the Anduin. Raynor's still throwing a lot of damage out. DPS number 2 doing as much as they can. There's a web wrap onto the Sonya. Shield Glare once again. We are in the second phase of this Immortal phase. And they're not going to burn this down. I think without the Jaina, they're going to say, you know what, let's just clear out lanes. Let's back things out, and let's get things under control. Immortal will be going into bottom lane, as it is the more well-defended lane. It always does that on Battlefield of Eternity. If you're ever wondering, just look at the structures the enemy objective would be going into, and just see which one's stronger. Invade onto the camp on the right-hand side. Now, I want to point this out. They knew that this was happening because the camp itself was showing. Now, look at the minimap. On the left-hand side, there's no camp here showing, available. But, God. Huh, interesting. Why can't we just move the foggy weather over here consistently? Sorry, that was just a little thing. New follower hype. Death by Dragon, thank you for the follow. New follower hype indeed. We just don't have alerts on during the casted portion of games just because we don't want to have things pop up in the middle. But thank you so much. I do appreciate your support, and thanks for the follow. 13's up in favor of Ban Cho. That will be Janna finishing out her Fingers of Frost, or excuse me, her Frozen? No, I'm at Frostbite. There we go. I can't think of the name. The Frostbite baseline, so she does have that ice block now. Still looking for a couple more regeneration globes to be able to finish out the Fingers of Frost from level 1 to get the 10% damage increase as well as the overall mana regen. No Subdue finished out. Wizandula sitting at 5 stacks. Leap from Sonya. Valkyrie coming out as well. That's going to be a blind, and that should be Imperius getting picked off in top lane. Momentum being built in favor of the side of Ban Cho in our game number 2 for our Division C East playoffs. Now, I want to point this out as well for anyone that's wondering. It might be like, wait, what are the playoffs? Blah 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 blah. This is there's no bottom bracket. This is a straightforward bracket from east to west, going towards the center, and then you have the coastal finals, then you have the division finals as well. So we'll see. You know, East Coast will eventually crown a victor, and then that'll go up against the West Coast victor as well. We can show after this game what that bracket looks like for specifically this one. But if you want to check out more information, !NGS in chat will give you the website. You can find out more, or you can join their Discord and find out more information there as well. Jaina finishes out the Fingers of Frost from level 1. The rest of the team joins, and as Imperius is back in, looking for a Celestial Charge. That is going to be Ironskin Pop, but was it too soon? They do get the Burrow Charge, doesn't connect. There's the Celestial Charge, misses as well. They realize they can't step too far into this. They're going to back off. The next Immortal phase will be spawning on the race potential side for both these teams. Valkyrie comes out, but it actually pulls the race. See, I feel like it should have just pulled along the wall. I think it should have just pulled them along the wall right there, and maybe awkwardly stopped at like the corner round or something. I don't know. That just feels weird. Anyways, Leap from Sonya going to be coming in here. That's going to be a whole lot of damage. Ice Block was used by the Jaina. She drops the Ring of Frost. That does find a root onto 1, but no burst for a kill. That is a lot of damage onto this Imperius. Light Bomb comes out as well. That will connect onto 2. They're trying to heal through this, but Array does not have enough healing. That's going to be a double kill in favor for the members of Ban Cho, as the Immortals will be spawning in the next 3 seconds. Not the place you want to be in, especially where the enemy team can invade onto your side of the map, steal your camp, as well as start the Immortal. And you're seeing the Greymane immediately do that because, well, Greymane sieges and races and kills and team. Greymane's just such a valuable hero overall. Baker, thank you for gifting a sub to Death by Dragon. Thank you so much. Thanks for that gifted sub. Enjoy your asthma pogs, your Baja rages, your finger guns, all that good stuff. Your Baja and Bandit Pachas. Oh my god. Probably one of my favorite emotes, and it was made by Straubs. So shout out to them. They do amazing emote work. Go hire them. Burrow Charge in, doesn't connect onto 1. They do force them back. This Immortal at 4.7k in health. 31,000 to burn through on the enemy Immortal side. I think they're gonna grab this camp. That should yield them 16, or at least just about near it. And once they have that, they're gonna now try and press into the enemy team with that advantage. I don't know if they really want to take this fight without 16 talent here. We'll see what happens. They get a Celestial Charge. There's a whole lot of burst from the Jaina. Ring of Frost is gonna be coming out as well. They're finding a lot of damage onto Cassia, who was web wrapped. There's gonna be the Angelic Armament. There's a Light Bomb coming out from Anduin as well. No one's gone down just yet, but I'm expecting that to change very, very soon as the Anubrak goes down. DPS player number 3 is able to back out over here. That's going to be Mr. Downchild trying to back out as well. They dive back in with a Celestial Charge, and they get picked off as well. Meanwhile, Raynor is just racing, and they do not get the Immortal in time. They do work down quite a bit of that shielding, but now they have to go deal with the Shaman camp in bottom lane very, very quickly. DPS player number 2 and 3 easily able to do that. Everyone butchers my name once? I'm confused. A noob saving Cassia, what a nice guy. Yeah, I saw that web wrap too. I started saying it, I was like, why did they web wrap the Cassia? Interesting. NGF playoff matches have been in so I mean, look at we have the number 7 seed against the number 3 seed, and the number 7 seed has already taken out the number 2 seed. That's quite the upset that we've had thus far, but will Ban Cho stop the upset from happening? We'll see what happens here in game number 2. We could go to a game 3. Me as a caster, I always want that, but the keep in top lane is going to be going down fairly quickly here. I think they actually do get the keep with all the siege and all the wave, in the wave they hit. Actually, no, they're going to save this keep with some 500, no, okay, no. Ring of Frost, Web Wrap. Oh my god, there's so much damage. So many heroics just layered on top of each other. Valkyrie coming in as well, going to be pulling one. Array is going to be in the back. Array does not want to be where they are. That's going to be a quad kill in favor of Bancho. And they look at Core, and I think we potentially go to a game 3. Butler Hornets? Imperius gets picked off, the members of Bancho take a game themselves, and we find ourselves in game number 3 in our playoff. GG. Well played. All right, we got some gifted subs. I think we gotta resend here.
Hello. Hello.
All right, I'm just getting stuff set up in the background real quick. Okay. It's Dragon, not Dragon. Yeah, I didn't realize that there was a double O there until I was like at the end of the cast, and I was like, oh, it's Dragoon. Whoops. Dragon, not Dragon. God, what a dick. It's hard for me to see the double O when I'm casting and glancing. But glad you're enjoying the content in the games. Treat? Did I miss a treat? Hold on, let's see. Let's see. We had the Mega, then Totski rated. We had a gifted sub. We had a follow. We had a follow. We had a follow. No, there's no treat. What are you talking about? No. Wait. No. Big treat was from What a Pal. We already did that. Nani? I don't think we have any other treats. I'm not seeing anything in my list. Trying to find out what map. Okay, back to the cuteness and I. The cuteness, God. I miss like, oh hell yeah. I miss like early 2000s like comedy movies. I was just watching all of the Austin Powers with some of my friends over the weekend while we were playing games, and I just like miss that like humor and that I don't know, I just miss it. And there are good movies obviously out nowadays. It's just I don't know. I miss that like that stupid goofy humor. Like I loved Master Disguise. People hate that movie. I loved it. You're bad? No worries. I was just really confused because I was like, wait, did I miss something? Because I didn't see anything in my activity feed. So I was like, what did I miss? Which one is the cuteness and which one is the eye? The cuteness. Hold on. We have stuff for this. Do you want to know who the cuteness is? Here. This is this right here. This is the cuteness. This right here. That's the cuteness. You're the cuteness. You good boy. What's up, bud? You look sleepy. You okay? Or are you a hot dog? Dun, dun, dun. Yes. Ben was like, sweet, more treats. Unfortunately. Unfortunately not. Is it Workhorse? Yeah. Workhorse is I and Bandit is the cuteness. I'm just here to run stream. Trolling the dog? No, we're not trolling the dog. The word treat to him means nothing. It's when I pick up the bag and shake it is when things go sideways. And I would never do that to my beautiful puppy. I would never feign that I'm giving him a treat and then not. That is just mm-mm. He's had enough hardships in life. That trick? Try? What? I'm confused. Is Quinn on the left-hand side? I think they are, aren't they? I think they are. I don't remember. Hot dog, get it? Hot dog. That'd be so wrong. Yeah, no. We treat our boy good. Yeah, these teams look great. Okay. Give him a treat? No. Do you know how many he's gotten already today? A lot. He got the mega treat, he got the ultra treat, and I think he got the three, like I think he got everything that's available today. Pay the man his salary. He's gotten his salary. Yeah, no, he's gotten a lot today. We've been streaming for, it probably says I've been streaming for 1 hour and 19, but we've been going since 4 o'clock, so it's been 3 hours and 41 minutes of my stream. Actually longer. It's been 4 hours. Yeah, it's been 4 hours because I started at 3:45. Fat good boy? No, healthy good boy. Healthy good boy. Look at him. He's taking a nap now because he's just so tired after getting his ultra treat. Alrighty, everybody. Doot. All right, that's all good. Let's go ahead and get into it. Welcome back, everyone, to the Nexus Gaming Series playoffs. My name is Bahamut. We find ourselves here on Braxis Holdout for our game number 3 for our deciding matchup for this best of 3 series. But if you're sitting at home wondering, you know, Bandit deserves more, but I also want to know how we got to Braxis Holdout, let me get you covered up on that one. Caught up on that one. The home team this afternoon is going to be Banchos. They are the higher seeded team. They're going to opt for first pick for game number 1. Tomb of the Spider Queen and Towers of Doom were banned up by them. Sky Temple and Alterac Pass banned up by the members of Team Tiny. First map was Infernal Shrines, chosen by Team Tiny and won by them. The enemy team can either choose first pick or map pick as the losing side. Bancho opted for first pick for game 2. Battlefield of Eternity was chosen by Team Tiny, and the opposing team won that. The members of Team Tiny opted for first pick as the losing team for game number 3, so map choice goes over to Bancho, and they've decided to take us to Braxis Holdout. Let's go ahead and get back into the draft. But before we do that, let's go ahead and I know this is going to break things a little bit here. Let's just show the playoffs and what's happening right now. So right now, the upset that I was talking about, Wood League over here was number 2 seed beaten by Team Tiny. Bancho beat Death and Delay, and so we have that matchup right there. The winner of that one will be going into the semifinals. No, excuse me. This will be the Coastal Finals, and then here in the center is going to be our Grand Finals Coastal Finals. This will be I don't know. This will be a finals. This is a finals. I can't say words. Anyways, let's get back into our draft because I'm sure we've had something happen thus far. Kael'thas and Tassadar will be banned out. We do see a Medivh and Diablo banned on the right-hand side, and a Bloodlust Rhaegar is up and available, so they're going to immediately grab that for themselves. They want to make sure that they do have that argle-bargle fight in a 2-lane matchup over these points. Yep, about 4 hours. Yeah, that sounds about right. You have to leave. You'll be back soon. Thanks for coming by, Simon. You have a wonderful night. Stay safe. I love you, friend. I wish you all the best.
The crusade calls.
Tell your roommates they're amazing. Unless they've been jerks to you, then poop on their doors or something. I don't know. Joanna, Decker Kane on the left-hand side to be grabbed. So some stale wall setups are a possibility once again, as we did see in game number 1 on Infernal Shrines. I do like this Joanna overall, so this is very, very strong start for the side of Bancho. Team Tiny, though. Jenslin, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that, my friend. Rhaegar, what do you... I mean, Cassia's up.
The wait is over.
That's a terrifying... I don't know about this team. Cassia, ETC, Rhaegar feels terrifying. Not gonna lie. I think Rhaegar is a bit of a bait on this map. His sustain healing is so bad. Here's the thing, Lazy Hydra. While I can agree with you on that, who needs to heal when you can just kill the enemy team with an Argle Bargle? Just saying. I'm just saying. Rip Bancho gave Cassia. Yeah, I don't feel like you can give Cassia right now. Either side having it is really, really powerful. And they had first pick, or not first pick on the side of Bancho, but the Rhaegar was first pick. They could have still stolen the Cassia and gone for Joanna, but they really want this Decker Kane and Joanna core, which I don't think is bad by any means. Decker Kane, Ruby, you're all fighting on a point. Haradra Cube, Ruby, get a lot of healing. Well, I guess Ruby, Haradra Cube is right over. And then you can step in with a Joanna. So this might be a lot of healing burst from Bancho that they live through these fights, but we'll see if the burst or the damage is enough from the side of Team Tiny. The rest of the draft needs to be formulated at this point. We still need wave clear, still need solo lanes. They're gonna go for a Sonya once again. I don't hate a Gul'dan. I was gonna say Gul'dan is pretty strong on this map. His poke potential is really good. He can throw out the Fell Flames consistently to be able to just poke at people on these points, but also you do have the Echoed Corruption that a lot of people go into at level 1 that gives you some really, really good stacks and a lot of good damage in later half of the game based on how you obviously talent into the Gul'dan. But Yrel to be grabbed for the solo lane into the Sonya. On a point control based map, a very controlling hero is a very strong move, so I like the Yrel grab. And then a Chromie! I actually like it. I like the Chromie. Tiny looks crazy scary. Tiny looks large. Yeah. 8-bit, how you doing? Pretend matters so much. You're not wrong, Hydra. I agree with you on that. I am Team Tiny coach. I agree with Bit with Hydra. No. Olangiria, why am I being clipped? What did I do?
Anytime you're ready.
This is Jimmy. I see a world where both these teams can win in, and I'm trying to picture what's the key to winning these games on both these sides. I think if Chromie can shut down Deckard and Gul'dan in the backline, that'll allow the ETC Cassie to consistently step up. On the opposing side, though, if Gul'dan's able to kind of not shred, but kind of whittle them down with their damage over time, Rhaegar, as noted in chat, will not be able to really sustain through a lot of those elongated fights, and Rainer's chase potential is really, really high as well. So I think what's gonna come down to is ETC's CC in the team fight, as well as the control, and Chromie being able to land some very, very impactful damage into the backline, causing them to split, at least for Team Tiny. On the side of Bancho, it's going to be literally controlling the fight and setting up the Gul'dan for probably a lot of the damage. It's going to be Joanna stepping in, maybe Decker Kane finding a root, and that burst needs to come out from Gul'dan. Obviously, Rainer's got good sustained damage, but I think the main focus of the burst will be from that Gul'dan with the Echoed Corruption, Fell Flame, all that good, juicy mage damage. But either way, let's find out how wrong I am. Let's get into game number 3. On the left-hand side, we got the members of Bancho. Ronan going to be on the Sonya. We have got Kunal going to be on the Gul'dan. We've got Bluestein on the Deckard Kane. Susie is going to be on that Rainer, and Skev will be on the Joanna. On the right-hand side, we got the members of Team Tiny. We have got Mr. Downchild on the Cassia. Nope. On the Yrel. We are going to be Montagai on the ETC. Jeth, DPS player number 3 is going to be on the Chromie. DPS player number 2, or Fert. butt is going to be on the Cassia, Array is going to be on that Rhaegar, and I think I said Montaguy's on the ETC. Either way, let's get into mid lane. Block Party stacks for that ETC. Now, I want to point this out. Block Party is not just ETC specific. It does mean that if you use your basic abilities while near friendly members, you will be able to give them some armor, and I believe, what is the duration on that armor? For 8 seconds, okay. 75 physical armor against someone like a Jimmy is not bad. Jimmy is going to be also going into the Ace on the Hole at level 1, so it's going to be increased damage to basically, this is Exterminator. If the easiest way to explain it is Exterminator if you know what that is. If not, basically slowed or stunned targets, you'll deal increased damage to them. But you also have a slow now on the Pepper because that's what was changed. I think it was like, it was reduced, the amount of damage was reduced, but they also gave him a slow on his Pepper ages ago. Montaguy trying to find a power slide as they do have these time traps from Chromie. That was not something I actually considered within the actual draft itself, is how they're going to be maybe utilizing those time traps to slow people down. They also do have options here. They can go into a Horrible Anomaly, which is what I see more often, which is going to be increased timer, but you can throw out 3 time traps. Could be going for the speed trap, or you could be going for the armor reduction trap. Let's see which one we go. So Chronic Conditions, so it's going to be the speed, meaning that if you stop a friendly member, they get 30% movement speed, which is basically mounted speed, and if you stop an enemy hero, they're reduced by 30%, so they'll have a 70% movement speed, which not awful, but not nothing really crazy. 30% is not too bad. I think Rainer's what, 25? No, 10%, excuse me. Very slow, very small slow. Double camp to be grabbed on the side of Team Tiny, which isn't something I see very often at the start of these games. It's often just fighting over the points, so I do like that they're being proactive with putting stuff into lanes for the enemy team to deal with. Mr. Downchild has no mana, but here's the thing, they have physical armor as long as they're using abilities, and I don't know, I actually think they win this 1v1 if they get one more ability, but they don't have the mana for it, and they're just like, you know what, I think I don't. This is a little too risky for me, so I'm going to back off. They give over top lane. This will be Montaguy on the point. No, okay, they get it. No, they still, okay, there you go. They got it to the halfway point, and this will actually go back over to the enemy team. So this is going to be, ooh, actually Yrel grabbing top lane. So they stopped that out because Sonya did go and grab the clear in that lane. Cassia did come up here as well. Going to be hiding in the bush. Now, do we have the Ronin? Here, let's get the Sonya vision set up here, see what they're seeing. I just want to quickly peek in bottom lane. Seems like they're holding this. They do have 4 talent here on the side of Ban Show in the advantage position. I'm waiting to see how this is played. Leap out from Mr. Downshot. I think Cassia, yeah, I was going to say Cassia by this time should have rotated down. We actually do see them down here right now. And there's a whole lot of potions sitting on the ground so they can step in. They're going to try and get the fend out. Gul'dan, do you have a little extra damage? Oh, but Decker Kane steals the kill. The channel will be in favor for the members of Team Tiny for a couple seconds, pushing them to 33%. But Ronin and friends, actually, this is such a back and forth in top lane. Downchild is just so low in mana, but they do have that physical armor. Rhaegar coming up. If there's a bite, do they have the slowing totem? Nah, it's they just can't get there in time, but that does alleviate Mr. Downchild in top lane, though the only thing is they don't have a healer in bottom, and Cassia just now getting back here. With everything together, I think Ban Show wins. They've got enough disengage. Don't Raynor is like a bad pick against Cassie, or at least would be with all them blinds. You can play around a little bit, yeah. Good versus ETC extra interrupt. Yeah, I agree with that. The Cassia blind range isn't super far, I don't think. Yeah, it's a very like, look at Cassia's auto range like right now and see like she's able to blind this Raynor, but I don't think that's going to be a consistent. Well, of course I see it right there, and it happens, but. Even then, like the blind was kind of just stepped away from for a couple seconds, and Montaguy does get a healing from Rhaegar just in time. Scroll ceiling coming out from Decker Kane. I do want to point out, for anyone that's wondering, might have joined us late, we are still on the first objective of Brax's holdout, 4 minutes and 14 seconds into the game. 4 minutes and 20 seconds, nice, into the game. Rainer's just being pushed back right there. They do have top lane control in favor of Ban Show, but Team Tiny reclaims the bottom lane. Does Mr. Downchild force back the Sonya? This has been such a sustained fight back and forth here. Meanwhile, Skevin bottom lane is going to be just stepping into this power slide from ETC, just gets them out. They need to reclaim top lane. Otherwise, this is going to be Zerg charge in favor. Oh, no, they're going to be holding his bottom as Array is just sitting on the point. A lot of good Chromie damage coming out. She is once again the first time for that level 1 talent, which means she is going to be stacking up the Sand Blast. Once you get 40 of those, you get the extra clone. For the clone that we're talking about, it's the little sand Chromie that appears where she last fired. So once again, the first time will give you an extra stack of those. So you have 3 Sand Blasts coming out. The amount of damage you can put out is quite impactful with that. I actually don't know. I just want to know off the top of my head, 100% here. Do the Sandblasts? Do the clones have reduced damage? Basic attack deal 40% damage, maximum 1. Okay. Sandblast and okay. So it is reduced. It's not like you have 2 Chromies just throwing Sandblast at you, because I didn't know the specifics. I was like, there has to be some sort of percentage percentage reduction. I'm sorry, my brain. I'm watching Minimap and everything right now. Cassie is actually 1v1ing the Sonya in top lane. This is going to be Zerg charge in favor of Bancho, but Mr. Downchild comes in. They're not able to get a jump onto them. 98% versus the 32 in favor of Team Tiny. The good old Yrel Sonya duel, yeah. Blind doesn't last forever. Oh, absolutely, yeah. The blind is fairly short, and it doesn't, like, I feel like Cassie's gonna have to go out of her way to actually blind the Raynor consistently. And, I mean, yeah, Cassia dives in. They're gonna be in the fray of things, but I still think Raynor positionally should be out of that range. Array is gonna grab the camp on the right-hand side of our screen. You can kind of see that up there. Cassia gonna be joining in. We do have bottom lane control in favor of Bancho, but top lane will be Team Tiny. This back and forth is just ridiculous. Like, what's the actual APM of these players right now? Yeah, like 400-ish on the Sonya and 400-ish on the Yrel as they go back and forth right there. We actually have Temporal Loop coming out. That's going to be onto the Gul'dan. That's also the Joanna eating a lot of that damage. Rhaegar and the Joanna traded out. So 1 for 1 in that engagement right there. That does give a second kill, but ETC looking to make that 8 second, but they don't step out far enough. They do. Oh, wait. So I completely mixed up the healers in my head. Rhaegar's already down. I was like, yeah, they got that potion, but no. The potion is going to be in favor for the members of Banchos. They have the Decker Cane. Zerg Wave, though, mostly in favor for the side of Team Tiny. Bancho do have 30% themselves. They're going to be getting a Guardian and an Ultralisk, a little extra kind of small Zerg. Meanwhile, in top lane, triple Guardian, triple Ultralisks, a lot of Hydralisks, some Banelings, the whole 9 yards for those players. Let's go ahead and, though, cycle through those other numbers, get an idea of what those look like. Gul'dan, in 7 minutes and 32 seconds, has finished out the Echoed Corruption quest at level 1. Very, very big for them right there. That's a lot of damage they can now throw on these points, and I believe they've also got a lot more burst, if you will. Duel of Fates, the HOTS version? Yes. Mr. Furious, how you doing, friend? Oh, stage dive for the ETC, no mosh pit. I mean, there is Blessed Shield. There's just so much to interrupt that. That Rhaegar actually ends up going down before they get any sort of Bloodlust. ETC might have to use the stage dive. Will be using it. The penetrating round actually misses, and they just get the stage dive across the enemy, or to their friendly side of the lane. I think it's 80 seconds cooldown on that. Might be wrong. Not over, but the toughest part of the toughest part for TT is over. I would say so, yeah. My gosh, all the anxiety left me when they got that wave. Yeah? No Ardent Defender. Holy ground for the Yrel. Sacred ground, excuse me. Huh. Interesting. The level 20 upgrade on this is insane, but we also have to get to level 20. $75 second on that stage dive. I was like, it's not 80, but it's not 70. Okay. Timeout for Chromie, the longest stasis in the game. Just waiting to see what these players are going to do. We just have a little bit of back and forth. Time Trap was left on the boss. They can see anyone rotating through there. That does give them a little bit of vision, so that's why Ronin's going to get turned on right there. It is ETC and Rhaegar, so it's not the biggest damage in the world. Leap from Sonya. They lock down the ETC. Bloodlust does come out. Stay a while and listen there as well. This is going to be the Chromie coming in, throws a lot of damage. The Horrify finds the damage. Temporal Loop coming out. They do have the Ball Lightning jumping from player to player as ETC gets the stage dive in. That's going to be a lockdown onto Sonya as well as the Rhaegar. So 1 for 1. Well, Rhaegar was already traded out, but still, just overall, it's a 1 for 1. Cassian needs to be a little weary here of the enemy team. There's a lot of damage they can throw onto her, and so they'll just be able to kind of sidestep a lot of it. And Chromie in top lane will be able to get the channel. No potential Dragonite. No potential Zerg wave for either team just yet, as it is going to be 12 to 12 in our levels. Was cheering for this Yrel, then she picked Sacred Ground, lol. Oh my god. Kratz, how you doing? I'm just holding, like I'm waiting. Rainer, where are you going there, bud? Okay. I was wondering, I was like, do they think that they can, like, boop? They might have thought that they could have just booped it through, and that's going to be top lane fort going down, but bottom lane fort will be traded out for that. So, trading overall on our forts. Sonya in top lane. No, okay. ETC and friends coming through. They don't have 13s just yet. Gul'dan gonna get the dismount. Chromie gonna throw out a little bit of sand right there. Did finish the once again the first time. Questing talents, they've got that extra sand blast right there. Stay a while comes out. A lot of members are being slowed right here. Joanna did have that subdue, but didn't get the value from it. Leap from, excuse me, Mr. Down. I saw a leap coming in, but I didn't hear the actual, like, Sonya leap, so I was, like, really confused. But it's 4v5 down this bottom lane as Gul'dan is gonna be hearthed back, looking to just join in the friendly team. Yo, Kyle, can someone shout out Kyle really quickly? Thank you so much for the raid, Kyle. Thanks for bringing all your friends over here. I hope you had a wonderful stream, my friend. We are in our Division C East playoffs between the number 3 seed and the number 7 seed. And I want to note this for everyone coming in. The number 7 seed took out the number 2 seed. This is a elimination tournament or bracket for the Nexus Gaming Series. So if anyone's like, oh, what's it all about? It's literally that we're in the playoffs for season number 9 for all divisions, but we're casting Division C East, and we're in the knockout stages. And whoever wins this one is going to progress into the East Finals, I believe, and then they'll go up against if they win that, they'll go up against the winners of the Division B West finals, and they'll be the coastal finals will be B West versus B, or excuse me, C West versus C. Sorry, I'm stuck on B's for some reason. Temporal Loop going to be coming out as there's going to be a little bit of an interrupt onto that. Stasis from the Chromie as well. Stay a while and listen did come out. Hyperion on top of all of this. There is going to be the Thunderstorm coming out as well from our Nexus Anomaly, as this is Montagai trying to hold the point. They're going to back off right there. Yrel just doing Yrel things in top lane, you know? Just, they have the objective. They don't need to worry. Meanwhile, Sonya going to grab a camp on the left, and the rest of the members of Team Tiny on the right going to grab that camp as well. Moist Weenus with the raid as well. Holy crap, can we get a shout out for Weenus as well? Lazy Hydra, thank you. Yiggle, how you doing? Good to see all of you in chat. Thanks for coming by. The raids this evening have been insane. Harkin, thank you for doing that shout out to Weenus. Weenus, Wanus, my beautiful, beautiful man. I hope you had a wonderful stream. Thank you so much for bringing your friends over here as we are in game number 3 of our Division C East Coastal. I guess this is semifinals? Quarterfinals probably. I don't know the specific language of it all because I'm just here to yell very quickly. That is going to be a lot of damage onto ETC, who tries to power slide backwards. There's going to be a little bit of a zone out from the Decker Cane. We have another Zerg wave in favor for the members of Team Tiny, but if they lose Montagai here, that's going to be so much. They actually get the cleanse. They're running within the Gul'dan Echoed Corruption. Yrel comes down here to try and knock them back with the Righteous Hammer, but they need someone to go into top lane to manage that Zerg wave. That is still fairly, I mean, it's 18%, still is an Ultralist though. Chromie going to be going up there. I don't know if they really want Chromie because her artillery in the siege would have been so impactful to be able to zone the enemy team back. Yrel is actually going to be joining the friendly team now. They do get the fort in bottom, but I don't know if they get more than that. We'll see as they're going to be stepping in. Stage dive from the ETC. Blue is going to be the target. You can actually see Pink's coming out, but Blue is gonna go backwards and say, cool, I'm taking you on a bit of an adventure. I'm an old man. But here's the thing to note. Decker Kane is no longer near his friendly team. Hyperion coming through once again. That's a Ball Lightning jumping from one, getting the kill. Bloodlust comes out. They're chasing further in. Ball Lightning just now ending. Sacred Ground used by the Yrel, and they're gonna be just tanking some of these shots. 50 armor as long as they're inside that circle, so they can tank quite a bit of damage. You also do have ETC with that party block as well. It doesn't overstack or anything like that. I believe it just uses the stronger of the two I'm not sure, actually. I'm not sure if it actually uses Sacred Ground or if it uses ETCs, but either way, that will be 16 talent tier, and bottom lane opened up quite a bit. Chromie pushed up top lane as well. They're going to go ahead and maybe look for boss, or they're just going to steal the camp. They're going to steal the camp right there. You mother clucker, yeah. How much does an elephant weigh, Weenus? This is semi-coastal, next is final coastal, then grand finals, I think. I think that's it. I forget the terminology. If coastal is, if it's like, is it like, do we have coastal finals then coastal grand finals where it's like east versus west? Or is the coastal finals just east finals? These are the things that I never remember. This is semifinals, then next is coastal finals, then grand finals. Okay, so grand finals is east versus west, correct? I'm trying to learn this for myself, even though I might not cast many more games this season for NGS just because of we're getting towards the end and a lot of the games get picked up before I even notice that they're up and live. Because I'm very potato at scheduling my games. I'm usually like, oh, we'll do them Sunday, and there's usually so many to cast, but like since we're in playoffs, it's a little limited. 16's up on both sides. We are going to be having boss up and available. Another time trap sitting on that right there. Let's actually pull away the talents for a little bit here. I just want to see if we have a fight breakout in top lane because I see a lot of players rotating up here and want to be able to show you everything before that happens. Mr. Downchild trying to step in. Righteous Hammer trying to reposition the Sonya. She does have leap, so she can use that as a disengage tool. There's a temporal loop coming out from the Sonya. Leap actually... Wait, did they leap during the temporal loop just in time? Hyperion comes out, that's gonna be stale while that was interrupted. ETC was the one who was able to do that, and Gul'dan goes down, that's gonna be the Sonya down as well. Somebody clip it, please. Was that literally just a leap that canceled the temporal loop? Grand Finals equals East versus West. Thank you, Lazy Hydra, I appreciate that. Thank you for the clarification. So there you go, everybody. We're in semis tonight. Next week is gonna be Coastal Finals, and then next after that will be the Grand Finals, I believe. So 3 more weeks? Sounds about right. 2 more weeks? 2 more weeks. 3 if we're including the rest of this one. All right, beacons will activate in the next second or two. Urel's already in top. Rhaegar's already in bottom. Boss pushing in through top lane. Camp in bottom lane. The members of Team Tiny have the momentum in their favor quite a bit here. This will be Array grabbing the camp on the right-hand side. Channel rising in favor of Team Tiny. Leap Unstoppable the loop. That is absolutely insane. I've never thought of doing that as a Sonya. Huh. For all the times I take loop, I've used it... Loop. For all the times I've taken leap, I never thought to actually do that. I don't know if I've actually gone up against a Chromie where that happened to me, though. That's the other thing to consider as well. 88% rising. There's no way they're going to stop this, though. This will be Zerg Wave in top lane. Full, thick booty Zerg Wave through top lane. In bottom lane, itty-bitty booty. They're opening up top lane. They are going to see them coming up here. We're just going to jump onto the vision really quickly of our red team or our right side team just to see what they're seeing. They know Rainer's in bottom lane, probably leaving. Gul'dan just peeked their head and threw a little bit of damage out as this will be the Zerg Wave. Not even here yet. They want these Banelings, I think, to crash into the core because those Banelings, when they explode, deal a whole lot of damage. Like, keep in mind, like, these... They really hurt, especially getting hit as a hero. They can shred through your life pool or health pool. Bottom lane, they don't really care about. They just want to try and end game. Stage dive from the ETC going to be coming out. That's going to be onto 2 players. Power slide through pushes them into the enemy team. That's going to be a lot of damage from Chromie. They find the Gul'dan. They actually don't get the last hit onto the Raynor, and they get the kill onto the Deckard Cain. This core is melting rapidly, and this will be falling. It looks like another upset has come through, and the members of Team Tiny looking pretty large here as they go on to the Coastal Grand Finals. GG. Well played. Another upset. You all saw it here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's resend these raids. I am up for cake and pie, Kyle. I love that I use a Team Fortress 2 thing for my Heroes of the Storm stream. And Juanis.
You up for some
Yes, I am as well.
later, buddy?
I'd love some cake and pie later, buddy. Team Tiny too strong. Juanis!
Nice work, Bone Daddy.
Thank you for the 69 bits, Juanis. Much appreciated, my friend. All right, let's get into a lobby and see which player jumps in here to do a quick interview. Alrighty. I'm not an upset. Cassie won 3 games in a row. Yeah. Alrighty, at this time we're gonna be joined by Mr. Downchild. Congratulations on your 3-1 victory. Oh my god, my brain today. Your 2-1 victory. I don't know why. Congratulations on your 2-1 victory. How are you feeling after all that?
Phenomenal. That was very exciting. It was a great series, and we're super stoked to go to the what would it be, the C East Finals.
So this is the Coastal Finals. From what I was gathering from chat during the game, right now we are in semifinals. Next is Coastal Finals, then Grand Finals is East versus West. So let's talk about the fact that you are a 2-time upsetting team. How do you feel about being the massive underdog in our playoff?
I mean, they asked that question in the last match, and I really think that the top 8, there's a lot of similarities. There's not really that much deviation in skill sets, in my opinion. I think legitimately they're all good teams. I mean, we played the 13th or 14th seeded team later in the year and got beat by them, right? And then we beat Wood League and these guys. So we're all pretty similar, I think. So it's always a close matchup. So we don't ever go in thinking it's like a big underdog thing. We just try to bring our A game and do what we can.
Do you know if Go ahead.
Maybe the fact that we're underestimated has been helping us a tiny little bit, but our team play has definitely been what's coming with the wins.
For anyone that's wondering, by the way, we have Mr. Downchild joining us as well as DPS player number 3. So apparently, chat said your name like 6 different times, and someone was just like, just call them DPS player number 3, and I'm like, all right, cool. That's your name for the rest of the game. So
it's Jathan. Jathan is the appropriate pronunciation.
Because it's Jathan, it's Jathan, it's Jath, it's Jinth.
They all work. They all work.
No.
They're all perfect.
I called dirt at one point. I was just like, fart. I don't know.
It's Jethan, but it's okay. I don't really care.
See, I think I actually had it right at the start, and someone was like, "No, it's more more pronunciation on the Jeth." And I was like, "Okay, I don't know." Anyways, let's talk about this right now. So going into our next matchup, or your next matchup for the Coastal Finals, you can either go up against Labu or Scalding Sweat Cult, I believe. I don't think that one's determined yet. Do you have any feelings? Do you have any desire to go up against one over the other? Any revenge? Anything?
Nope. We just we'll probably watch the series play whenever it gets casted, and just start the scouting once we figure out who we're gonna play, and take it one step at a time.
I have a feeling it's going to be Lubu, and I'm kind of excited because that's the one team that I had it out for. I was upset about losing to. Yeah,
that's actually going to be, for anyone wondering, it's going to be on Mark's Zombie stream tomorrow at 6 o'clock PDT, 9 o'clock EDT. So there you go. You can find out tomorrow who you're going to be going up against. That's exciting. But
and just for the audience, just for the record, Jethan is the only member of Team Tiny that has any anything going for Lubu there, so no one else. That is a solo opinion.
It's just DPS player number 3 wants that fight.
I guess so.
Oh god, no, this series was so much fun, and let's talk a little bit about the game number 2, the Battlefield of Eternity. They kind of shut you down consistently. Going into game 3, where this is tournament life, this is season life, all that kind of stuff, was there any sort of prep talk? Because there was a little bit of a pause before we got into this Braxis holdout game. Did you guys kind of have a little bit of a team prep talk? Can you talk about your mentality and how you kind of won the series back in this game number 3?
No, I think there was a pretty, we were pretty calm. I mean, we were happy, of course, to win game 1. Game 2 just went south. So, but no one was, stressed. No one was pressured. We just took at it as one game at a time. And, I think anyone who watches us play knows we like to play Rhaegar. And, it was a tough decision who we were going first pick, and we went with it. And away you go.
Monty definitely said something though. He felt that he didn't play as well in game 2, and he took a mad deep breath, and he was like, all right, game 3, let's go. So I feel like that would be the only thing we talked about.
Okay. No, it's always interesting to me from a caster perspective, because I haven't played competitively in years, so it's just always interesting, how do you bounce back from that? Because that's a hard loss to have. You take game 1, there's a lot of pressure on this, it's the playoffs, if you're out, you're out, that's your whole season done. And you are the underdog team, so I think that I wasn't sure if there was any of that kind of ooh, we have to win.
Well, I mean, internally, I was like, I'm garbage with Imperius. I need to find a different hero to play. So we just switch that up, and Braxis is a lot better. It's more. I like soloing, on a map like that, especially with Pharrell. So it fit my playstyle a lot more. So.
We definitely forced him to play Imperius first 2 games. Not gonna lie.
What's it like battling Sonya for half of the game and no one winning that fight?
Well, he played which game? 3?
Yeah, 3.
I was just waiting for 10 because once I got to 10, I knew that he couldn't take the point again.
Let's talk about Sacred Ground here, because someone in chat was like, I'm not rooting for them anymore because they took Sacred Ground. I was a little confused, but I kind of can see, is it just literally for the 1v1, that's it?
It's literally because Yrel on that point with Sacred Ground, it's extremely hard to get her off that point.
True.
So, I mean, whoever said that in chat, I don't know, whatever. They don't play Yrel, so I don't know what to tell you. I mean, so for the cheap seats, I'll say that I go Sacred Ground like 1% of the time, and that's literally on Braxis and once in a blue moon on Dragon. It is not the better ult, but for that particular setup, it's
right.
Trying to hold a point, it's fantastic.
It makes sense in the light that you put it in, but no, these games are so much fun. Congratulations, continuing on to the Coastal Grand Finals. I look forward to seeing whoever you play next week in that matchup. But before I let you run out of here, are there any shouts that you'd like to give? The floor is all yours.
Just to the team. I mean, we did great. I was super, super excited. We're all excited right now. We practiced well. I think everybody played real solid tonight. We've been getting some additional coaching from NyQuil, so he's been trying to poke some holes and try to fill some gaps for us to play a little bit stronger. And I think as a team, we're playing way better than we did earlier in the year. Kind of a time in the seat type thing. So overall, just a shout out to the team. I mean, we did fantastic, and of course yourself. We appreciate the cast. You always do a fantastic job, and we'll have a fun time watching the replay.
Yeah, I was gonna say I appreciate the stream. At one point I hopped on because I heard you were calling me different Jethans, so I went in there and I was like Jeth-N. So I saw 146 people watching at that point, and I was like, well, this is the most amount of people I've ever seen watching a game I'm in. So I really appreciate the streamers out there watching us, and I appreciate the support, even though some of you guys hated us a little bit. But hey, it was nice that you watched us, and I appreciate the stream, Bahamut.
Who hated us?
Yeah, I don't know who hated you.
About the Sacred Ground.
I've never.
Oh, just the Sacred Ground. Oh, okay, yeah. No, it was just it's a little Twitch chat ribbon. It happens. But thank you for the games. Thank you for the compliments. You all have a great night. Congratulations on your victory, and I look forward to seeing you all further down in Season 9 of the playoffs. Have a good night.
Thanks.